Şerefe.
Şerefe.
Cheers. Şerefe.
Приятный аппетит.
Приятный аппетит.
Cheers.
Şerefe. Good morning, guys. Or as they say here in Turkey, merhaba. And welcome back after 2 years of starting this YouTube channel in this exact city of Istanbul. Welcome to Istanbul, the biggest city of Europe, the only city in the world that sits in 2 continents, the only city where you can cross inside the city from Europe into Asia and from Asia into Europe, the only city in the world where you can have boats and ferries as public transport, as well as metro, overground, underground, buses, you name it. And also the city with the biggest cat population in the world. There's so many cats in this city that the people have started to build literal cat homes here throughout the city, like this one here, a massive cat villa. So before we hop on the metro and head to a very, very interesting place I wanted to see today, let's go for some lunch first, because I'm flipping hungry. Vamos! Oh, teşekkürler. Teşekkürler. Wow. Check it out. 180 Turkish lira. That's like $4, €3.60 exactly. So guys, I'm gonna enjoy this now. But just one thing, if you don't like Turkish food, then something is utterly wrong with you guys. Best food in Europe, Turkey and Italy. Viva! And bon appetit! Ay, que rico! Istanbul, in general, is considered a very, very safe city. But obviously, as being the biggest city in Europe, of course, it depends where you are, which area you're in. Of course, there's many, many different areas here. There's loads of gentrification in the city as well. You've got your super touristy areas, which are obviously very expensive. You've got your high-class, upscale areas, which are more expensive. Then you've got your middle-class areas, and you've got your poorer areas, as everywhere else. And there's even a place in this city, I've looked this up a few days ago when I was in Palermo back in Sicily, and I was super stumped. But when you type this area on Google, Google literally tells you that there's an area here in the city which is considered a slum. There's literally a slum area here in the city. This is actually the second oldest metro in the world, after only London. The London Underground is the oldest in the world, and after that comes Istanbul. Incredible place, and check it out now. Check out how wonderfully historic and authentic this metro station looks. And how busy as well. Europe's most populated city. Right guys, a long metro ride later, we've made it to the world famous Taksim Square, one of the famous, maybe the most famous square here and gathering point of Istanbul. So hence, one of the most famous squares in all of Turkey. And we've probably been here together before, like 2 years ago, when I was making my first ever YouTube videos here in the city. Yeah, it's a pretty famous, popular place, always crowded with people, locals and foreigners, tourists alike. And it's kind of one of those must-see places when you come here to Istanbul. And also whenever there's a protest going on, a political protest, religious protest, ideological protest, whatever, you name it, they're going to come here to protest. And so this place is also pretty centrally located, so it's always crowded, always many people around, locals and foreigners / tourists alike. But nonetheless, a about 500 meters from here, like a 5-minute walk I reckon from here, is an area which is deemed to be Istanbul's literal slum. The area that I'm talking about is called Tarlabaşı, and when you type on Google, when you search for Istanbul's most dangerous area, this is what comes up. The area, Tarlabaşı, is notorious in Istanbul and in Turkey for being a slum full of drugs, crime and prostitution. This was posted on the 30th of July 2025, so a few months ago. This is what people said about this area, Tarlabaşı. And this area of Tarlabaşı, you would think that in a city such as Istanbul, in a mega city such as Istanbul, there would have to be some kind of slum or favela or ghetto where you shouldn't go to. But you would expect it to be on the outskirts of the city, not right here, like located so centrally to one of the most popular places in town. So of course, we have to check it out. Let's go and see what the slum of Istanbul, what Tarlabaşı is like. Well, according to Google Maps, if you can trust Google Maps, oh, and I can see what this is. This is actually where it starts, where the street starts, the slum area starts. And well, I didn't expect it to start so early. Drugs and crime, I reckon that is kind of undercover, happening undercover here, especially at night. Not during the day, not on a sunny day like today. But I don't know if my camera caught it, but we've already walked past a prosy. To be honest, I don't expect it to be like sketchy or dangerous the way it is in, if you would go to a London dangerous hood or Paris, any part of Paris. I think it's nothing compared to these cities. I think it's just going to be a bit shadier. This is where the shady business happens here in Istanbul. But all in all, I'm not worried because Turkish people are up there with the friendliest I've met in the world. In Europe, maybe the friendliest. Turks don't really speak good English. They don't have the best level of English. Like, you won't find, apart from the tourist places, the touristy spots, you won't be finding too many decent English speakers here in this country. So at times, I reckon when you come to Turkey and you don't go to like the resort areas of Antalya, for instance, or somewhere else in the Mediterranean where everyone speaks English, obviously, then I reckon you should buy an eSIM. I am using Airalo. I am not being sponsored by them, but you're welcome to sponsor me, Airalo. I've been using Airalo on all my travels for the past 2 years, and they always work in any country in the world. So highly recommend Airalo to you guys. They also work perfectly well here in Turkey, because without Google Translate, it's at times very, very tough to get around here in Turkey. No? No. Yeah, this way. Oh, no. No? Why? It's dangerous. Close. Ah, okay. This way. Okay. There, no. Okay. Right. So guys, where was I? Before I got interrupted, got told not to by a security guard or police officer. He didn't have a police vest on, so very strange, that situation. He didn't have a police vest on, but he had kind of an official vest on, like a security vest or something. He told me, don't enter here, and also pointed straight at the camera, like, no, no, no. But yeah, we're now basically here in the streets of the so-called slum of Istanbul. And it does look a bit more, how should I put it, a bit poorer, the surroundings, but still beautiful, I don't know. Still kind of beautiful. But I don't think it's actually dangerous here. I mean, have you ever seen a hostel in a literal slum? I mean, there's a genuine hostel here. in the slum. Right ahead of me. So I don't think it's that bad actually. Merhaba.
Ferdi abi kolay gelsin. Abi bir tane ürünün fiyatını bilmiyorum da 2 dakika sorabilir miyim acaba ya?
Always stay hydrated, guys.
Değil mi?
Always.
Kahve makinesi. Tarlabaşı.
Talabashi.
Yes.
How is life here in Talabashi? Is good Talabashi.
Tarlabaşı very nice.
Very nice.
Yes.
They say bad things about Talabashi. Crime.
Problem. Yani minimum program ya.
Minimum.
Yes.
Paragram. Paragram is dangerous.
Aynen.
Okay. So it's minimum paragram.
Yes.
At night, I suppose.
Very big.
Okay.
I forget water.
Most important thing.
Yes, water.
There are secret passages under this period. Okay. Okay. And where?
Here.
Okay. So you go main street and then. Yeah, I've asked him about the reputation of this area. He's lived here, as far as I understood, and as far as he understood me, he's lived here for all of his life, and he said it's very nice, and it's just a minimum dangerous. Well, from up here you can see why it's got a bit of that reputation. I think that slum goes a bit far though, but look at it from up here. This is how the area looks, basically all of it. I mean, you can tell by the looks of the buildings and the state of the buildings that it is a poorer, more perhaps a bit more gentrified area than the rest of the city. It's not touristy here, but it's not a slum like you would expect it to be in Asia, for instance, or Africa. It's not like a slum in Nigeria or the Philippines or I don't know, India. It's very different though. But it's the closest thing which comes the closest to a slum here in Istanbul, according to the internet. Which tells you a lot about this city and how well it's doing. I mean, the area could do with some cleaning up, but it's alright. You speak English?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I want to know whether there's any interesting place here in the area, in Tashabali. What's the area called? Tashabali. And here, where we are here, Tashabali. The area.
Area is Tarlabaşı.
Tarlabashi.
Tarlabaşı.
Yeah, my Turkish is not so good, the Turkish names. Yeah, here in Tarlabaşı, is there anything interesting?
This all home type, building type is not Turkish style, Ottoman style and Armenian style. This old city here. Same before you visit Balat.
Mm-hmm.
Same Balat.
Ah, okay, it's like Balat. Okay,
Yeah.
it was built by the immigrants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old area.
Okay, interesting. Is there any place where I can drink coffee?
Don't have everything. All
Upstairs.
in the Taksim Square and Istiklal cities we have.
So this is all just residencies and stuff.
Residence, family home.
Okay. Well, have a good day.
Have a nice day.
Teşekkürler.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask him where the local pub was. I don't think there is anything like a local pub around here. Here you've even got I really don't know what the internet is saying, man. We've even got a Taksim Holiday Inn suite here right behind me. Right in the barrio. Right in the meanest barrio of Istanbul. Taksim Holiday Inn suite. Well, okay. Fair enough. The building right across. Yeah, generally looks a bit rough. Oh yeah, this place here. Yeah, actually really looks a bit slummy. Merhaba. It's just funny because obviously it is a poor area. You can see it, you can smell it. It's streets are a bit dirtier here. And just across, a few blocks up the road, is one of the most popular, most famous and thus most touristic parts of the city. It's just that which amazes me. But it's, yeah, really just residences here, apartments, vegetable shops, little mini supermarkets, like here again. Yeah, people are friendly. Merhaba. Well, what I would have really liked to do here in this area was to go for a beer here at the local pub or something. I was convinced that here there was going to be like a local pub, as it is a big area though, and has that reputation of being like a slum. So I thought that there was going to be like a local pub around here at least, where I could go for a drink. But that guy just told me that here it's just residences, just people living here, just apartments, family homes. There ain't no like bars here, just mini markets basically. Would have liked to go for a coffee or a beer here, to be fair. I think really that there's not a lot going on here, and yeah, as I expected, it might be it might have a few rough edges. Definitely has. It definitely has. I reckon that at night, maybe you shouldn't walk around here. But during the day, man, it's just a residential area like no other. Probably a lot cheaper than most residential areas in the city, as always. And probably, yeah, just more minorities living here, as in the rest of the city. And as that guy told me before, it was actually built by migrants from Armenia mostly. So all of the houses here are built in the Armenian style, which is very interesting. Right guys, I'm now enjoying my probably 7th or 8th Turkish coffee. Delicious, tasty Turkish coffee of the day. Right next to the so-called Slum of Istanbul. I mean, I do see why it has that reputation, but it's just a reputation. I think that maybe in the past, especially during the massive refugee crisis of the 2010s, this area here had kind of a really bad reputation, but it surely improved. To a point where it's just a residential area for mostly the poorer elements of the city, but also like migrants. I don't think even the word ghetto could be used here. Here we've got one of the many Istanbul cats that are ruling Istanbul. In case you didn't know, Istanbul has one of the biggest cat populations in the world. Of course, one of the best things to do in Istanbul, apart from eating delicious Turkish food, is to take a ferry ride, which is part of the public transport here. It's not just some tourist attraction, it's what people here generally use to get around through the waters of the Bosphorus behind me, which is what we are going to do now. Right guys, so this is what this local ferry here, this public transport ferry here, which all of these ferries that are going across the Bosphorus, which the locals here in Istanbul use on a daily basis to get to work and stuff. Look from the inside, look at it, wow. Could be worse than going on your commute, and if your commute to work, your daily commute to work looks like this. Beautiful views of Istanbul, one of the best cities in the world. In Europe definitely, man. Check it out. Wow. So this is what the toilet looks like here on the ferry. Looks better than any train toilets in Western Europe. from Istanbul and having to take this ferry twice a day to get to work. I mean, could be worse, innit? Could be worse. Do you get any better views on your commute to work? What a place. Right guys, here in Turkey they say şerefe. Cheers.
Yardım edeyim mi?
Very cultured person here. Russian, German and Turkish.
English.
And English. Şerefe.
Fiyatla.
Best beer in Europe by the way, Efes. Right guys, the next day here in Istanbul, Turkey, and I've just been to the gym, and there's a short one to show you just why I love Turkey so much. It's time for lunch, so we're going to my favourite spot here for lunch before finishing the video. And also, this gives me the chance to show you what you get for 35 euros here per night in Istanbul, if you go to the right area, not to the most touristic one. Let me just show you my lovely room for 35 euros a night. Check it out guys. This is what 35 euros a night gets you here in Istanbul, Turkey. Gives you a lovely little room. Nice, fancy bathroom, check it out. It's clean, fancy bathroom. Here's me and there's you guys with the camera. Nice shower, clean. Even some shampoo and shower gel here provided. Coffee and tea maker here for free. There's a fridge. Nice little comfy bed. A TV which I don't use. I've not been watching TV for like probably 10 years. And then a nice little view here of the area. So this is what 35 euros a night gets you here in Istanbul, Turkey. A massive buffet breakfast included here. And also there's a spa and a wellness center here, which I'm probably going to use later on. And yeah, for 35 euros a night, that's absolute bargain, man. There's no better value for money in Europe than Turkey, still. Right guys, let's go and check out the food here and my favorite place here that I've come to every day here, so yeah, it's a nice place. Because when you guys think of Turkish food, the first thing that comes to mind is obviously kebab. I mean kebab, who doesn't like kebab? You've got to be a very weird person not to like kebab. Or a veggie. I mean, here we can see like the real delicacies of Turkey, man. I didn't order that, by the way. You just randomly get that as a side dish. Just like the water, which is also included here, by the way. They just put it onto your table and you're like, I didn't order a water. But that's the way it is here, guys. Turkish hospitality is crazy, man. Crazy. Teşekkürler brother. Teşekkürler. Guys, man, look at that service. I didn't order that, by the way. I didn't order that. Look at this. Freshly baked Turkish bread. That's freshly baked Turkish bread. Check that out, man. It's still hot, fresh out of the oven. Check it out, guys. Wow. And another salad as a side dish as well. Guys, look at this. This is some beautiful, massive chicken, grilled chicken. See, shish, tavuk they call it here. Tavuk means chicken in Turkish. With some grilled tomato. This is some type of rice. I'm not actually sure whether it is rice. Another like pizza, whatever you call it, and some green pepper. This here, I'm not going to show you now how I'm going to eat it. I'm obviously going to enjoy it. I'll eat it. Oh, look at this. This is the perfect post-gym meal. Turkey is the perfect country to get in shape because everything here is protein. Protein, carbs, a bit of sugar if you're looking for it, tasty coffee, and it's flipping cheap. Come to Turkey, guys. When you come to Europe, you can't skip Turkey. And this is why.
Millet bizi gör.
Hey,
Ya.
that's a Turkish coffee. That's a Turkish
Orijinal.
coffee. Original.
Orijinal Turkish coffee.
Oh yeah. Teşekkürler, brother. In terms of value for money and hospitality, Turkey is number one in Europe. See you in a bit, guys. Hasta luego, amigos.